Hey everyone, Matt here. So we got Gertrude, our long Langstroth, back up in the shop, and we're going to do another retrofit to it. We've tried overwintering bees 2 winters in this hive. The first winter was really short, and the little colony survived, but they had lots of moisture, and so there was mold, had some issues. So we did the first retrofit where we added more ventilation, some more insulation, and then the second winter ended up being really long, and the two colonies that we had in here, neither of them survived. At the end of the winter, they had really small clusters left, so I don't know if they ran out of bees or maybe it was vermite issues. But they had lots of honey left. So I think one of the big issues is that it's medium Langstroth size, and I think it's just there's too much wood, not enough comb. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to make it so that this hive accepts our new deep frames. So one of the things we need to do to it is we're going to cut the legs off about a foot to drop it down so that when the finished size of the hive will be, about waist height here. And then I'll show you inside there to the setup I'm going to need. So I'll try and show you what I mean using these lay-ins frames. I don't have any of the big new frames made yet. I got to make a bunch of those, actually about 36 of those. But so my thoughts are that we'd have 4 separate colonies in here, and there's going to be 3 kind of in this order like this, and these are going to be 12 frame hives. And then on the end here there was about 6 inches left over, so I'm going to put like a 3-frame hive in there, so they'll be like that for little nukes, and then one little nuke, and then there'll be like a little bit of space left over here where it'll just be boxed off. But this little colony will kind of come up the side, and these 3 will go up the front. But the thing about it being a 12 frame is that a medium Langstroth will fit on top of it perfectly. So with the new frames with the notches, we could have the brood frames all in our big deep frames, and then just put on a honey super on top in the summertime to collect the flow. So hopefully that works out well. But I just gotta scrape some propolis from here, and then just get to it. So it turned out really well. Let's show you some of the features. So it ended up being 3 12-frame hives and then a 3-frame nuke on the end. But here's just a close-up of the landing board and the entrance reducer. Same style that I put on the last 6-frame hives. But this is the entrance reducer style that I got from horizontalhives.com. But you can put anything in there, some like a mouse guard one with 1/4-inch screen. But let's look inside at the features here. So here it is inside, and you can see that I added another 12.5 inches of the sidewall here. And this is that plywood sandwich with the foam insulation in the middle. And then you can see the original hive body down here when it was a medium. And this was that 2-inch dimension lumber. And I just drilled a small hole in the front. And then keep in mind that these are lay-ins frames. I have to build our deeper frames for this, but you can see it's going to be a 12-frame hive like I planned. And then my new frames do have another 2 inches or so on the bottom here, so they'll fill that out. So in the winter configuration and when they're actually building up, it'll just be the 12 frames here. Possibly I'll make a little divider to limit the amount of space that they have when they're filling out the frames. But these frames will have the slots here so that they can come up like my new frames. And I'll just put like a top cover on it. This is one of the old cloth ones from before. But once it's all built out with the 12 frames and they have their big brood chamber ready, then I've made it so that you can put a medium super on top. So then what happens then when there's a flow on, you have your medium supers on here, and then you'll put your top cloth on there. And then I built this extension shim. It just kind of goes on like this. And then you put your roof on. Let's make sure they're all like this. And then these latches just to hold it on. And then you'll have your honey supers while the flow is on. And then let's check out that nuke. So here's the entrance to the 3-frame nuke. And I cut the hole only 2 inches by 1/2 inch here, about half the size as the other ones. And this side of the hive is actually going to face the west. So they'll get the last sun of the day beaming on them. So on the end here, there was just enough room for 3 frames. So I thought we'd put a little nuke there. But I had this extra spot here that I didn't know what I was going to do with. But if you look inside there, you'll see a circle in the back wall there. And what that is a feeder hole in case I need to feed them. But all it had is this little, I guess this cutout circle that gets jammed in there. And then this wedge goes in behind it. But what I've made is this little contraption where it kind of sits in there, and then on top can sit an inverted mason jar. I thought that was pretty sweet. So I just have to build 39 frames to go in here. And then I never showed you the back, but it's not done yet. We're painting a pretty picture on there to look at from the house when you're looking at the apiary instead of this mess here. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.